Hello dear friends, we have seen synonyms. The subpoint in developing vocabulary, the first unit in a prescribed syllabus for BSc Part First, English for Communication. Now we are going to see antonyms. Antonyms are words with opposite meaning. They are often thought of as the opposite of synonyms, but the two have different status. There are three types of oppositeness. We generally think that antonyms is an opposition of synonyms, but that's not true. There are three types of oppositeness. One is complementary antonyms, second is converse antonyms, and third is gradable antonyms. Complementary antonyms are pairs of words like single and married, dead or alive, and male and female. In such antonyms, the denial of one word implies the assertion of the other. Means, on one hand, you deny one word, at the same time you assert another word. Look at the sentence here. Smita is not single implies Smita is married. If you say Smita is not single, it means that Smita is married. Here you implies that Smita is married and you deny Smita is not single. Second type of oppositeness is converse antonyms. With these words, the relationship is reciprocal, as in sell and buy, or above or below, give, receive, come, go. The relationship is reciprocal, means the relationship happened between two persons. And for that, we can call converse antonyms. Sell and buy, above or below, give and receive, come and go. These are some examples of converse antonyms. Jack sold his house to John. Example, sentence. Jack sold his house to John implies that John bought Jack's house from him. Suppose I give a pen to you. It means that you received a pen from me. So while saying one sentence, you just imply another meaning also. Here the action of selling the house is done by Jack, and getting the house, particular house, is done by John. Take and give process is here, and this take and give process you can call converse antonyms. Third point is gradable antonyms. These are pairs of words like big, small, young, old, tall, short, narrow, wide. The characteristic features of these words is that they are gradable. Grade is there. They could be used explicitly or implicitly, comparatively. So this gradable antonym can be used explicitly or implicitly and comparatively also. If you make a comparison between two persons, you have to use gradable antonyms. Grade is there. For example, John's house is big implies that John's house is bigger than the houses that are normally found. 1 BHK, 2 BHK. These are the common houses. But here, if you utter this sentence, John's house is big, it means that there are many houses, common houses, and John's house is more bigger than common houses. So, normally three types of antonyms are there: complementary antonyms, converse antonyms, and gradable antonyms. In English language, adjectives are graded in 3 degrees: positive, comparative, and superlative, as in the examples below. Happy, happier, happiest. Adjectives are graded in 3 degrees: positive, comparative, and superlative. If we take adjective happy, there are 3 degrees. Happy is a positive degree, happier is a comparative degree, and superlative degree is happiest. Just like that, old adjective indicates older and oldest. Active is more active and more active. Beautiful, more beautiful, and most beautiful. Now study the list of words with their antonyms and try to find out the context of their use by using them in your own sentence. There are some nouns. Liberty. Antonym of liberty is slavery. Peace, war. Import, export. Belief, disbelief. Love, hatred. Bravery, cowardice. Timidity, boldness. Selfishness, generosity. Victory, defeat. Freedom, captivity. So these are nouns and their antonyms you can use in your own sentence. Just like that, there are verbs also. Accept, refuse. Antonym is refuse. Accept is a verb. Respect is a verb. Disrespect is an antonym. Humiliate, appreciate. Remember, forget. Present, absent. Assemble, disperse. Advance, retreat. Arrest, release. Locate, dislocate. So all these are verbs and their antonyms given here in our textbook. You just try to understand the meaning and opposite words also, so that you can develop your vocabulary very effectively. And all these verbs or all these antonym of verbs you can use in your own sentences. There are some adjectives also. Quiet is an adjective. Quiet. What is the opposite of quiet? Noisy. Guilty, innocent. Extrovert, introvert. extravagant, extravagant, frugal, idle, diligent, rigid, flexible, frank, reserved. We say he is a very frank person. What is the opposite of frank? Reserved. The person who cannot express himself publicly. Keep oneself with himself only. That is reserved. Ancient, modern. Sane, insane. We need to note that a word can have multiple antonyms depending on the context of its use. Any word belongs to verb category, noun category, adjective category or adverb category. There are many antonyms there. But all these antonyms you have to use in a specific context. As per the context, the words changes. The word changes. So, while using the word, you have to understand the context in which you are going to use the particular word. For example, the opposite of selfishness could also be unselfishness. And that of generosity could be miserliness. And there are various shades of meanings with every word. But it is important that in which context you are going to use the particular word. Thank you.